Hey everyone, good morning. It's Captain MKG here. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me get a quick cup of coffee in me first. Good times, good times. All right, let's start things off with we're bringing something back. Yeah, buddy. Did I mute the right one? I did mute the right one. We're bringing something back. It's been a while, but we're going to try this again. So, yeah, buddy, enjoy this. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it makes you want to wake up in the morning. It's like, yeah. It never gets old. It never will. Always with the X-Men theme to wake your ass up in the morning. Yeah, buddy. Now, I would play it more, but well, you know, copyright and all that other bullshit. Bullshit and bullish. Anywho, what are we doing? Well, I'd like to tell you this. We're actually starting a new town. We're starting the town of Lakefield. Hooray. Hoorah. Actually, I take that back. The hoorahs are reserved for the Marines, if I remember right. Ooh. And I don't have to get up for an extra cup of coffee because I brought my French press over with me today. So, playing the city. Here's what we got going so far. Essentially, living over here, commercial in the middle, and industrial all over here. And then as you can see here, they're utilizing, mainly just the center of the town. And so that way the pollution is not getting into the citizens. So let's see what the citizens want. They want more citizens. That's going to be a bit pain in the ass, isn't it? Not really. We can mimic the same thing over here. So let's do that. So we'll take a 4-lane road, do a little bit of this. Actually, no, I won't do that. Here we go. Go there. Go there. That's the start of the commercial district. Get one down. Thank you, NB. See, that's why I said I need to reserve that for those that actually say it properly, because I don't say it properly, probably because I'm still waking up. So, yeah. Okay. So we have that done. All right. So now it's time to put in the residential districts. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. Damn it. There we go. That's kind of close. Just line them up. Been awake since 10. God damn. Dan, do you need an edible? I think you need an edible, Dan. I think you need an edible to get yourself, calm down. All right. So we have this district all set up and ready. And we'll do... Oh, we don't need to expand it anymore for right now. This will do for right now. We just need to get them hooked up with water and power, and we're good to go. All right. Let's see if we can't breach. Not breach. Let's see if we can't get this done properly. Oh, gotcha, Dan. Sorry, I didn't realize. The little one right there. Okay, hopefully they grow. Come on, speed up time. Oop, that's not what I wanted first. There we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. All right, so strategy here, I'm going to try and just make sure to deal with just high demand. Damn good coffee. Damn. Well, I wish I knew what I knew. I wish I knew what would help, but edibles are unfortunately the only thing I know about. Okay, so you want more commercialism, huh? Okay. I see how it is. I raise you that strip of land. Yes, industry. Continue to work. How did I miss that? That's weird. Oh well. They'll fix that later on, I'm sure. Because what is this? Ready to wear. Garments limited. Even though you look like, oh shit. My bad. I just realized I had my headset unplugged, which sucks because my neurologist suggested because I found after trying. Damn. God damn it, Dan. That is awful. I hate. I wish that you didn't have such bad reactions to edibles, man. Damn. That just sucks. Oh yeah, thanks. I'll have to text my best friend because he's Jewish. I didn't know when the Hanukkah was all ordered. Yep. Yes, it does, Dan. I hate to say it, but you could live vicariously through those of us that can smoke and ingest, but where's the fun in that? You know what I'm saying? All right, residential demand is still high, just like me. Okay. Let's see, we need to make sure that these things are all set up and secure. Power, we need more. Let's fix that with a quick power bump right here. Nice, ND. Nice. Or not ND, BK Dan. Jesus. All the acronyms are fucking with me. All right. So power is nominal. Water. Ooh, need to fix that. Should be good right there. It's just pumping out. Ooh, new. Let's relocate. There we go. Much better. Water and sewage is good. Pollution is not hitting anywhere, so perfect. Trash. Landfill usage is at 9. Yeah. All the acronyms, just Jesus, just fucking with me this morning. But hey, we're on the home stretch though, BK Dan. We're on the home stretch of 2022. Nah. All right. Trash is good. Medical. Could use a facility over here. I don't have the funds. No fire funds. No police funds. Education is shot. Maybe this can do something. Oh, there we go. Oh, thanks, Dan. I appreciate you, buddy. Stick one right here. Increase the happiness. Okay. Industry is going up. Fascinating. Okay. Go ahead and pause it for a half a second. See if we can't get something done here. No, not enough money. Damn you. Damn it. All right, let me just go back here. Ooh, there we go. Get those up. All right, let's see if we can't finish this road up. There we go. Perfect. Good. 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 Oh yeah, sure, NB. Just let me know. You're just hanging out and having a good time. I'll put the link up in the chat. There we go. Feel free to come up anytime. We're just hanging, like I said, we're just hanging around. I am just chilling this morning. Excuse me. Ooh, hang on. There we go. Ooh wee. Hey, there's the man of the hour.
Hey, bud. I'm gonna stay off camera. I don't think anybody wants to see me eating my yogurt.
Well, that and somebody could clip it for nefarious purposes too.
Oh yeah. How was your weekend?
It was good. The girlfriend and I went up to a place called Blackhawk, which is like a little gambling town up here in Colorado. So went up there, had some good times, and yeah, it was just a good weekend overall. How was yours?
Pretty good. We went up to go see. There's this park over in Terre Haute. They had a light fest going on, so we went. It was a drive-through one, so that was nice because it's fucking cold. And we stopped and we tried out a new restaurant. We've been trying to try new places out. We've been here almost 2 years now, so now we're trying to expand a little bit and get to know some of the other places. We stopped at this place called Tokyo, a little Japanese place. They also have hibachi. It was really good, but oh my god, was it expensive.
Those kind of places I think usually are, because you said hibachi, right?
Yeah, they do have hibachi. We didn't do the hibachi, but they do have that option.
Okay. Yeah, that's out. I think those options, well, good, yeah. But, as long as you're getting a quality meal out of it, I feel like it's definitely worth the price, especially like just once in a while, but not like every single day for lunch or something like that.
Yeah, my daughter and I got sushi for snacks. She got for like an appetizer. She got California rolls. I got Alaskan rolls. And my son actually tried sushi for the first time and actually quite liked it. He preferred the California rolls. I said, that's okay. I said, salmon is an acquired taste.
Yeah, everybody has their preference. Now, wait until you can try some of the deep fried rolls. Or
actually, yeah, we saw some of their other stuff. I said, next time we come up, I told my daughter Charlene, I said, you and I should just order a thing of different of the sushis that they have, because we'd be able to get full just off of that.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another visitor. Hey, BK Dan.
Hello.
Hey, BK.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a bit of a cold going on in my head.
You're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking with my sister this morning. She said, "You sound like shit." I was like, "Yes, I do."
That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to read some Macbeth yesterday.
That's okay. Macbeth isn't going anywhere.
No, I actually we went up to Terre Haute. My daughter and I went up to Terre Haute to get some stuff for her mom for Christmas from the mall. Yep. And there is a reason why I don't like last minute Christmas shopping, and this is why. Because the lines are always long. It's always a pain in the ass. Although I did go to Books A Million because I wanted to stop by there. I did pick up 2 No Fear Shakespeare's. I actually did pick up Romeo and Juliet, and I did pick up the one comedy I've always wanted to read, Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Oh, okay. You're going to have to tell me how that is.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will get to. I'm going to finish up Macbeth before the New Year's out. And then I will probably next I'm going to read probably Julius Caesar.
Oh. That is awesome. The levels of intrigue and the backstabbing going on, literally and figuratively, behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is my first ability to actually be able to read and understand it because of the way I have the modern translation. And I was able to use that to help me understand the Middle English for Hamlet. And as I'm reading through Hamlet and everything, even if I had to do I still get everything that's going on. And I'm just like, oh my God. I took the concept of the Hamlet's madness was like an infection that was just it was infecting other people around him.
Yep.
And it's just like, what revenge will do, the madness of love, the madness of revenge, the madness of jealousy, the madness of, all those things that are going on, the madness of loss, grief, and all that. And it's just how those things can drive you insane. I was really quite intrigued by it. And it was just nice to be able to finally understand what the hell was going on.
Yeah. I first read the book Count of Monte Cristo when I was 11 years old. And I understood it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that book is, 1,000 pages long?
Something like that, yeah. It is awesome.
Oh yeah, I read a little bit of it. I didn't get a chance to finish it. It was let's see, I was at my wife's parents' house, and they had it, and I was reading it, and I was going to borrow it and bring it back and finish it. I just we left and I totally forgot.
Ah.
It happens.
Yeah, it does.
I surprised the hell out of everyone that knew me at that time when I was 11 when I read Count of Monte Cristo. They said, "You read this?" Yes. You understood it? Yeah, pretty much.
When I was in the 90s, I went through like a Stephen King phase like crazy.
Yeah, I did until I met someone that went to school with him.
Ooh.
Yeah, someone went to high school with him. She said, "You think he's a freak now? You should have known him in high school."
Oh, I have no doubt he's a total fucking prick.
A freak.
Oh,
as far as the stories he would write, she said.
Well, it's like when people read it, it's like, yeah, there's a section in there that is very, very creepy.
Yeah.
Well, now I need to go and read the actual novel, It.
It's about 1,000 pages long.
Okay.
But the scene I'm talking about, what I'm talking about, I think BK Dan knows what I'm talking about in this scene I'm talking about. It takes place about midway through the book.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's rather disturbing. Actually, it's just flat out disturbing as all hell.
Did you ever read Insomnia?
No. That I did not read. I also did not read Needful Things. I did not get to those at the time.
I read Pet Sematary too.
Yeah, I read Pet Sematary.
I was like 17 when I read that. That really freaked me out. It really
during
did.
During the summer of '93, I read The Stand. I read like 100 pages each day, and I finished it off in 11 days. I really just could not put that one down.
Yeah.
There's one book he wrote that I always said, I don't know if anybody would ever have the balls to make this movie. And Netflix did. And the book I'm talking about is Gerald's Game.
I never read that.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
The story basically is this. This husband and wife are going to this little cabin area here and, to do some little kinky sex stuff to spice up the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got her in these handcuffs, which she consents to. And they're not male handcuffs. They're specifically designed female handcuffs. Well, I'll give one aspect away because this is very early in the story. He dies, and she's handcuffed to the bed. And the whole rest of the movie is dealing with her, you know, trying to get out, dealing with, you know, she's seeing things. She doesn't know if it's real. She doesn't know what's in her head at this point.
Mm.
That's a very deep. I was like, I watched it with my wife, and I told my wife because she knew this was the one I'd always said. She watched it with me. She goes, "That was great." She's like, "That really was good."
Psychological thriller, yeah.
Yes, very big psychological thriller. Misery, another great psychological thriller, probably his best.
I never actually read it.
I did. I will say Kathy Bates really did the character justice. I mean, James Caan was also very great. And I mean, those two are great. I mean, well, James Caan is now passed, but, you know, those two were always great actors.
I saw it, but I didn't read it.
Yeah, believe it or not, it is very, very faithful to the book. I mean, very faithful. There's only certain things that they changed a few aspects of it. But for the most part, it is very, very similar to the book.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you.
It was a very faithful, I felt it was a very faithful adaptation. Of course, there were some changes, but they weren't really anything that I thought took away from the story.
Okay.
I'd have to say, let's see, I've read Christine, I've read Cujo, Carrie, Firestarter.
I did read Firestarter after I saw the movie.
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of the movies before I ever saw before I ever read the books. I didn't start reading the books until the 90s. I've read Tommyknockers. That one actually wasn't one of my favorites. That was actually the one I honestly I didn't like.
I didn't read Tommyknockers.
Damn, I'm actually doing better on my budget this month than I thought I would be.
Yes. Nice.
So why?
What's that?
So why?
Just because it's Christmas time. And I had a couple things pop up that I'm disputing with my bank right now, which has caused me problems because now my debit card is on hold until I get a new one, which is 7 to 10 days from now.
Jesus.
So I've got to use my other bank account because I have two bank accounts with different accounts for different things. So, but I don't normally use this one for day-to-day purchases. It has a totally different function, but you know, if need be, I transfer money to it and go from there.
Right. Now I'm saying I do pretty good on my budget too this month.
Yeah, well,
good.
next month. Well, I'm glad I'm doing good. I'm gonna try and keep it that way because I got my propane bill coming next month, and I know that's going to be about $700.
Yeah, February is my yearly for Paramount Plus and Disney.
I'm sorry, say that again. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Sorry, February is my yearly for both Paramount Plus and Disney. So February's gonna suck. February's gonna suck.
Oh yeah, my Amazon's coming out this month too.
I do the monthly on that one.
I do the yearly for that. I don't have Paramount Plus. My my Hulu and Disney are bundled together.
Yeah, I got Hulu
Actually,
also.
I finally actually broke down. I finally broke down at one point because my kids kept accidentally loading Stars or HBO, and I'm like, oh, to hell with it. Let me just go ahead and add these add-ons. Which has actually turned out to be pretty good because I do watch right now. What was I watching? Like I said, I watched Deadwood. I'd never seen that before, and I think that was on HBO Max, and absolutely loved it. Okay. I love a good Western style show.
I don't, honestly. That's why I'm not watching Yellowstone or 1923. Or the other one, 18, whatever it is.
1820. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, the 1899 or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw. Yeah, I think I saw
They're on
advertisements.
Paramount Plus. I
Mhm.
I don't get into them because I don't like that style.
You don't like the sound?
I kind of grew up on westerns and science fiction at the same time. I had a
grew up on
very
sorry. Go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
I grew up on sci-fi and like murder mysteries.
Sure. So, did you watch Murder She Wrote when you were growing
I
up?
loved Murder She Wrote.
Oh, so did I.
I really miss Angela Lansbury.
Didn't she
Oh man,
recently die?
I used to love watching that show regularly.
What was that, Captain?
Didn't she recently passed away not
Yeah,
too long ago?
recently. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I tried to watch that live action Beauty and the Beast, and I'm just like, you screwed up Be Our Guest and you screwed up Beauty and the Beast. I'm sorry. And I'm just like, no. If
I
ain't
tried-
Angela Lansbury's voice, I don't want to hear anybody else sing it.
I did try. But it wasn't the Angela Lansbury voice, or lack thereof, I should say, that drew me away. It just didn't draw me at all. But the live action Aladdin, they did a good job with.
That one I was actually surprised about.
Because
my wife actually.
Because Will Smith did not try to be Robin Williams. He did his own genie.
You know, that was the key thing too, because my wife was like, because we hadn't had much luck with the live action Disney. She's like, give it a shot. You know, it's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I was like, Will Smith. I was like, okay, there's no way. I was like, I hope Will Smith does his own thing and does not try to act like Robin. And he didn't.
Right. He did it the smart way. Yeah.
Yes, he did it the smart way. He made the character his own. He didn't try to emulate what Robin Williams did, because that would have just been a disaster.
He would have had no chance. I'm sorry, because 99% of what the genie did, he did the genie was unscripted. It was just right off the cuff.
Hey, Cody guy. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Cody guy.
My wife and I tried to watch the live action Lion King, although I say live action very loosely because I don't know how you can call a movie that is nothing but CGI live action.
Oh,
Well, the sunrise was live action in the beginning. Beyond that, forget it. But yeah, the sunrise is live action.
My wife and I didn't make it 20 minutes. We're just like, this sucks.
You made it that long? I'm sorry.
I made it about that far into Willow before I said, oh, yeah, I'm done.
I didn't even try Willow.
No, don't even bother.
Okay, thank you.
I thought it was so hilarious. I read this article because I watched 20 minutes of it. And then I saw some interview where I guess like the producers or something said, well, we didn't actually set out to make them lesbians. It just kind of evolved naturally or organically. I'm like, oh, bullshit. 10 minutes into 20 minutes, it was like, would you two just fuck already so I have something entertaining to watch?
Oh,
you could not have made it more. You couldn't make it any more obvious that they were lesbians.
Oh,
They
man.
keep staring at each other at these. It's like they got these long staring kind of things. I'm like, yes, because God forbid, two girls actually just be friends.
Yeah.
No, we can't have that anymore.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It should have been called Willow, Where Are the Men?
Men have all been castrated, so let's be very clear about that.
Oh, I think castration's a light word for these guys. They are just like
We'll use the
they are just
N-word.
the
Neuter.
weakest. They are so weak, it is pathetic. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, we'll use the N-word. Neuter.
Oh, jeez. I was like, yes, please, let's use the right. Yeah, let's not use the certain N word today. Don't feel like that today.
Neuter.
I'm okay with that one.
There's the S word. Snow. It's a
They are the
four-
weakest goddamn. They're the weakest kind of men possible. And I use the term men very loosely. Shouldn't just call them boys because that's what they are. They act like little boys.
Biologically, they're male.
And that's where it stops.
And then, here's the other thing too. I don't care if you want to have a diverse cast. That's fine. But, if you're going to have this set in a fantasy world, why does everybody sound like they're from the Valley? I mean, they were actually using modern references in a fantasy show. You're like, okay, this isn't California, you dumbass. And it's like nobody has the same kind of accent. It's like nobody thought, hey, wait a minute. We all kind of live in the same, community and everything. Don't you think maybe we should, figure out how, the accents would work, since that would normally be the case? No.
No, it'll be fine.
That is my only draw away from Rings of Power. The colloquial English they used. It was all too modernized.
I only watched the first episode, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be rooting for this chick? First off, she's already disobeyed her king. At the very beginning, she's disobeyed her king, gone outside her mandate.
Within 5 minutes or so, yeah.
And then she is like, after her damn party almost gets killed, she's like, oh, we're going to keep going. And then it's like they mutiny on her. And I'm just like, this is supposed to be the leader we're supposed to believe in?
Mutiny hell, they try to kill her.
And then, she still disobeys her king. And then it's like, I saw the preview for the second one. I was like, oh, okay, that's Sauron. And they're like, oh, no, that's not. I'm like, oh, come on. We all know who that's going to be. Yeah. I didn't even have to watch it to find out I was right. I'm like, God dang. I was like, this is about as obvious as that one guy being the albino Kling orc. I was like, oh, yeah, that was a big surprise. No, we all knew that. And we all saw that coming.
Londell had something to chime in and with on this. The fact that a modern day dysfunctional family headed by a single mother.
Yeah. And then it's like, I don't know whatever happened to Mad Mardigan. All of a sudden he was like, oh, he's a deadbeat dad. I'm like, they're making it sound like he was a deadbeat dad and ran off. I'm like, oh yeah, like we haven't heard that one before in a Disney type movie. Star Wars.
Yep.
Like I said, I did an hour of Rings of Power. I watched the one episode. I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening again. Also, I want to know something. For all the money they spent in it, why do the visuals look like something out of 300?
Yeah. It's actually spent $1 billion for the first 2 seasons, not for the first season, the first 2 seasons. Yeah.
For that kind of budget,
but still,
you got
$500 million. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have. Okay. What was I saying here? Okay, you have 300 done specifically in that style for a reason.
Yep.
There's a reason for it. It fits with the movie.
Yeah.
And it works with the movie. But here it's kind of like, you spent all that money on this series. I mean, shoot. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Most of that was all real made stuff. That's what made it so beautiful.
Yeah.
And the CGI that was used was, pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there looking at this and I'm like, why does this look cheap? And I heard people say, oh, the visuals are beautiful. And I'm like, I don't know what you're smoking, man. This looks cheap.
Well, that's what they're probably smoking. They're smoking probably the cheap stuff. Just saying, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Probably laced with some other shit that you don't want to have in there either.
Yeah. I did end up finishing the Rings of Power, though. Overall, it was okay.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back as I'm gonna grab some coffee.
Okay.
Yep. So you finished the Rings of Power?
Yeah. Overall, it was okay. Nothing spectacular, nothing crappy, just okay.
But nothing you would suggest anybody go watch.
If you're a diehard fan of the Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit, do not watch it.
Okay, good to know. That's
but
why
if you're casual about the Rings, about Lord of the Rings, go ahead. it's not gonna be bad. But if you're
I
a
would-
diehard with it, you're gonna hate it.
I'm somewhere in the middle between casual and diehard fan. Like I'm a little bit more than casual, but I'm not so much diehard like I am with Star Trek. So
Okay,
um,
it's kind of a 50-50 then with you.
yeah, it'll be like, I'll notice the things, but at the same time, it's like I won't give two shits because it's not my holier than thou property. For me, the holier than thou property is Star Trek. But
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you on that. Now, I like the Lord of the Rings movies. I've read the books, but I tell people I'm completely honest. I'm not a Tolkien fan per se. I do not know the lore of Lord of the Rings like, a lot of people I know do. That is, a big thing for them, and I respect that completely. But sword and sorcery kind of things have never been my forte.
mm-hmm.
They're mine.
I enjoy some, but I don't really read a lot of Dragonlance. I don't read a lot of Forgotten Realms, just because they're not really my area of the fandom.
It's mine.
I'm like an example. One of my favorites that I read was a series called Saga: The Seven Sons, which is a massively expansive 7-book space opera, and it was written by Kevin Anderson, and it was just freaking excellent.
For fantasy, I'm really big into fantasy. My favorite is Robert Salvatore, Ari Salvatore.
Yeah. So you like the Drizzt?
Yeah, the Drift series. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've read a few.
Series of books. Yeah.
Yeah, that is his main character.
Yeah.
I read a couple of his. I think I read the Dark Elf trilogy.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, it was decent. Just not really enough for me to continue reading.
Okay.
But hey, everybody has their thing. I'm glad people like that stuff. I'm glad there's a market out for that.
I fit that demographic.
Yep. Excuse me.
Oh, Cody guy. It does pick up after the second episode for action. The first couple of episodes lay a lot of groundwork, and the third episode is where the action starts picking up. So, assuming you're talking about Rings of Power, Cody guy.
Now, how many episodes was in the first season?
8. 8 episodes.
You said they spent $500 million on each season?
Yeah. But the second season's not going to be until late 2024, I think it is.
So
they didn't do it smart and film them back to back.
So that basically is $62,500,000 per episode.
Yes.
Are the actors just getting paid out the ass? Is that what I'm hearing? Because that's what it sounds like.
Well, I can't see that, but I can't see that, I should say. I can see that they're using a lot on effects that aren't that good. Some of the effects are, some of the effects aren't.
Sorry, BK Dan. No, you're good.
Not a spoiler, but they do have a dialogue that is pretty good on FX.
I watched a Norwegian monster movie yesterday called Troll.
How was that?
As far as monster movies go, it was decent. I mean, it's nothing like totally original except for maybe the monster and some of the things. But I mean, a lot of the tropes are there. You got the one antagonist who actually is the smart one that seems to know what's going on. Of course, you got the one government bureaucrat guy who's, of course, going to be a total dick. You got the one dweeb guy. You got the really smart, computer savvy Savvy Lady. They there's a lot of fun Star Trek references between the two of them that I thought was humorous because you could. Yeah, he says that at one point he's with the paleontologist, and she says that and he's like, "All right, make it so," and I just started laughing. I just started laughing at that.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Yep.
I knew where he was going, but it fit his character. Him and the computer geek. They have that little thing where they do their Star Trek stuff. She's a big. If you look at her computer, she has Star Trek and a few other geeky things on there. It's quite, as far as I could tell, it was entertaining. I found it entertaining. It's nothing, nothing per se totally unique, except for the monster. I thought the monster was different. I mean, I'd never seen the troll thing, and then of course you got the eccentric, crazy guy who, of course, turns out he was right all along.
Yeah, he's like, I was right. And then he gets crushed by a giant brick. Like, well,
you had to give the spoilers away.
If that was the case, I mean, come on. Like,
spoilers. He hasn't even seen it. But no, I mean, yes, there's a lot of even though it's Norwegian, even though it's a Norwegian movie, you have very similar tropes you would see in a typical monster movie like that.
Okay.
But I still thought it was entertaining. It was something to watch for an hour and a half, and I found it entertaining. Okay. I did like the main character, the paleontologist. I did like her because there's a point in the very beginning where she gets picked up to go to where all the other scientists are, and they're sitting there with the prime minister, and she's looking at the same freaking photos they're looking at. And they're like, what about these impressions here? Well, it could be sinkholes. Or the other guy's like, well, it could have been pockets of methane gas. He's like, yes, another effect of global warming. And the one guy goes, oh, maybe we should call Greta. Which makes sense because if I'm not mistaken, Greta is Swedish. So Norwegian, the Swedes, the English. And then she goes, and then she just looks at him. She goes, are you guys joking? They're like, what? Like, joking. Hello. He's like, we're taking this very serious. Okay.
It's like, start taking it
There's
seriously.
nobody else. She's like, look at those impressions. They're footprints. She's like the only one stating the obvious. They're footprints. They look like footprints. And she's the only one who's actually willing to just come out and say it. And they're like, well, what kind of monster would do that? And she doesn't get a chance to finish because they actually, that's when the tech nerd comes in, and then that's when they see something come out of the mountain. That's really when the show kicks off from there. But yeah, I thought that part was so damn hilarious. I was like, yeah, no shit. She's the only one stating the damn obvious.
That's funny.
Yep. Jesus.
Like,
that's a good line, though.
I had to rewind that a couple of times just because I thought it was so funny.
It is a good line, though. That is a good one. It's like,
I was sitting there looking at her face, and I was like, oh, God, she's going to say it. I was like, I'll bet she's going to point it out. And she does, and I was like, oh, I like this girl.
Yeah.
And she's a good protagonist. She is not, I wouldn't call this a woke movie at all. I don't really think anything like that because, it, like I said, it has very typical tropes. She knows what she's doing. Of course, she's going to get pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But, doesn't have anything to do with the fact that she's female or, it's hard to be a woman in a man's world. It's actually very balanced out. I thought
that's good.
Now you got the one dweeb, which it's fine. I don't care that he's a dweeb. I mean, some men are dweebs. I mean, there's just no way around it. But he turns out to be a very good. Yeah, he turns out to be a very good character.
Again, hi, how you doing?
I knew you do that, Captain.
I'm like, I look like a dweeb. If you see me in real life, it's just like, oh yeah. It makes sense.
Beard and t-shirt, yeah.
Yep, beard, t-shirt, jeans, holding his phone, playing Pokemon Go. Yeah, dweeb.
I love Mr. Londell says a small movie budget for a freaking television show episode. What the
I know.
fuck? I think he's talking about the fact that I said 65 million
62.5,
500
yeah.
65 million 500,000.
Yep.
Shit, Violent Night was made for 20 million.
God damn.
And that was a great fucking movie. I mean, look, when you've got all four people in my family that live here, my 12-year-old, my 15-year-old, me and my wife absolutely loving and saying this is going to be a regular Christmas movie we're going to watch every year. It's like, yeah, it's a nice gem.
Ooh, that's good. That's good to know. I still haven't seen it yet, but it's definitely on the list.
Now,
I do recommend it. I think it is very, very good.
Now, what I do recommend is not your stereotypical Christmas movie. This is made in 2006. From Terry Pratchett's World, just from Terry Pratchett's Ringworld series, Discworld series, I should say. Hogfather.
Say that again?
Hogfather.
Hogfather. Okay.
H-O-G. Hogfather.
Oh, Hogfather. Okay, I thought you were saying Hogfather. Got it. Okay.
I'll have to take a look at that. There really weren't a lot of Christmas movies that came out this year.
It is on Amazon Prime.
Mm.
It's rather long, though. Fair warning. As well as Philo, too, so.
And just for everybody's clarification, as much as I would love the fact if this was moonshine, it's not. It's just water.
Why was I not surprised you were about to say that? Because you got it in a mason jar, don't you?
Of course I do.
There's the IMDb for it, if anyone wants to look at it.
So my daughter, my 12-year-old, she likes, the horror movies and she likes the psychological thrillers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently the other night she decided to watch Smile, and it freaked her out so much. She had to lay down with my wife that night. She's like, can I lay with you, Mom? She's like, the movie freaked you out. She's like, yeah. And I told my daughter the reason why I won't watch this show is because I saw the trailer and I'm just like, I can't deal with the creepy ass smiles.
Yeah, because it just ruins it. It ruins Smiles for the rest of the day. You're no.
It's so freaking freaky. You're just like, and you're just like, okay, no, okay. I was like, no. And my daughter watched it and I was like, yeah, I told her, I said, yeah, that's the reason I wasn't going to watch it.
Yeah, she's like, nah, I'm good.
Okay, me being me, I've got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a magic item in D&D 5e, Shield of Smiles. You can alter the mood of your opponent.
Is that for reals?
Yes. Yes.
I've got to get my chassis fixed for my server, for my NAS, because it shit the bed. But I can't do that till February now. But it's been down for 6 months.
Yeah.
I just, but the chassis is going to cost me, the chassis is not going to be cheap. So I got to, I can't get it in January because I got shit I got to pay that's more important. So the earliest I'm going to be able to get to it's February.
Oh, here's another one, BK Dan. Wand of Smiles.
Wand. Yes. Out of Tasha's, right? Or Xanathar's.
Xanathar's.
That's what I was thinking of. Wand. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries, you're good. I was curious. I'm like, I've never heard of a Shield of Smiles before. I have to look that up because I have the 3 core books, the Player's Handbook, the DM Guide, and the Monster Manual. So I'm like, I think I would have seen or remembered a Shield of Smiles being mentioned in the DM book before. But, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was just passing comment. One of these days, I'm gonna have to see if I can't put together a D&D group from all the nerds that are on the YouTube here and try and do something like Critical Role does. But
me. I'll play.
I'd have to give me a copy of 5th edition and get myself familiar with it, but I know how to role play pretty easy.
Well, here's the nice thing is that we would use a website called roll20.net.
Yep, I'm familiar with it.
Yep, there you go. So that's half the battle right there. And I'm pretty sure I have 5e copies somewhere, but I have no problem downloading it because I have the actual physical book. So.
Oh, I know. I mean, most of my books right now are downloaded onto my server. That's the thing. I think I actually have it. I think I actually have a 5th edition. I've actually wanted to. I've had an idea for the next character I'd put together.
Yeah.
I'm looking at something like doing like I'd have to look at it, check it out, but I'm looking to do mostly like maybe a sorcerer or mage or something like that that's focuses mostly on healing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I was trying to see if I had any 5th edition books in my depository, but I don't. So
basically, someone who's like a doctor, but also uses their magic in that way.
Yeah.
I've had that idea for a character for a while. I was like, that would be fun. I think that would be something different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
You got my mind going now. Sorry.
Yep, go for
it. Xanathar's sorcerer. Divine Soul. Page 50 of Xanathar's.
Okay. Online 4 books, 5th edition. Yeah, I want to check and see.
Divine Soul Sorcerer.
D&D for black and white OCR. Ooh, this might be a good resource if I can get it to load.
What is it?
I was looking online for like online core books for 5th edition, and it looks like somebody posted a OCR PDF of the player's handbook, but it looks like he said it's in black and white, which is fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be in color. I just need it to download, but it might take a while.
I've seen these stupid ass articles where these people are like, well, D&D doesn't have characters that represent us. It's like, create the fucking character, you dumbass.
Yeah, that's...
You're only limited by imagination, damn it.
Yeah, well, these guys don't have imagination because for some reason they want to play what they are. I'm like, you're missing the whole purpose of the fantasy. You're not supposed to play who you are. You're supposed to play what you're not.
Nice.
And so here's a fun thing I put in the chat. Who the fuck is my D&D character?
No shit. No shit.
It's a fun one. Because the first one I got was, you think your character is cool? My fucking character is a dutiful human wizard from an uncharitable island who lost their marbles a long time ago. And you can just keep getting random ones. I think that would be also an interesting one. If somebody doesn't know what to do, it's just like, well, here you go. Just pick a fucking one and just wait for it. Because it is hilarious.
It's like, well, it's not diverse. I'm like, you have dragons, humans, orcs, trolls, troglodytes, goblins, all kinds of other fucking shit. And you're sitting here telling me it's not diverse enough?
Or better yet, you take it a step further and go homebrew with it and be like, look, whatever character you want to play, we will play it. We'll model it after an orc, but we'll tweak it to whatever it is you want to do, but not make it so OP that it's going to just reign supreme over everybody.
We had a buddy of mine. Yeah, we had a buddy of mine who had a half ogre. I think we somehow did a half ogre, half human, and we're trying to figure out how to. And he wanted to do it. The game master was like, "Okay, we need to work on this though, because it's like ogres are really, really big, so it'd be kind of unrealistic for this ogre to do that to a human female." So he came up with a backstory to where they kind of worked it out. They were collaborating together, coming up with ideas. And what it turned out to be was basically some kind of they were settling on either it was some kind of curse to make the human, like the person was born human, but they were cursed with the abilities of orc or something, or it was a magical experiment gone wrong. They were trying those two, and it turned out they went with the magical experiment gone wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did a level 20 one shot in second edition years and years and years ago, where he played as schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
When during the day he was a 20th level wizard, but during night he was a 20th level fighter.
Oh,
That's interesting.
He had both personality disorder. Yeah, he was nice.
oh, wow.
But that's the whole thing about this is like when you, and by the way, all these people whining and bitching about this stuff, they're never gonna play the fucking games.
No. I kept all my same physical stats. It's just that my mental stats changed.
Yeah.
Different personalities.
My last character I created was a bloodline in Vampire the Masquerade Second Edition because bloodlines are sub clans. They're like basically sub clans of another major clan, or at least they're like offshoots of it. And this was the first time I did this. I created a female. She was a female Asian. She had the unique feature about her was when she was human, she had a tattoo of a snake, like a cobra, right on her cheek of her face that would wrapped around her entire, body. It kind of curled around it and went down one leg at some point. And my buddy, Matt, who was a great artist, actually drew the face of the character. I wish I still had it because he drew her face and gave her like short raven kind of black hair. Kind of waved down, and then he put the cobra on there, and it was freaking fantastic. And what I did with her was I made her her biggest boon in the merit points was her haven and her influence.
Ooh.
Huh.
Because a haven is basically she had her own haven, which is what they use as it is a neutral site. It is an off limits. Humans and kindred. That's what they call the vampires, the kindred.
Yeah.
They can go in there, but you cannot. You cannot drain or attack humans in there. It is a violation. And her influence was, she didn't have enough to have the prince's ear, but she had influence with the primatures, which is basically the prince's cabinet.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Oh, you know about those? Okay.
And B, also, not to derail the conversation, but just as a little side note, I was able to find a online version of the player's handbook for free. I put the link in the chat.
Okay.
You don't have to download anything. It's just you can just
It's a
scroll
browser.
through it.
Yeah. I just looked it up with the browser.
Okay. Got it. Let me pop the link in so I don't forget.
Yeah, it's a browser, so you don't have to download.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So I was surprised. I didn't realize that it was going to be on the archive website. So
Also, AnyFlip has it too. AnyFlip.
What's that?
AnyFlip. ANYFLIP. AnyFlip.
Yeah, Player's Guide is probably all I need right now. I'm not going to worry about the core book for the time being. No, I mean maybe eventually, but when I went to, I had actually go on eBay and get a Vampire Second Edition, and I actually picked up some clan books. I used to have all the damn clan books from the Vampire Masquerade version 2. Which is the only version I like to play. I tried the 5th version. I was reading through it. I was like, no, this just isn't my kindred.
Yeah. Well, if I was to, since the reason I wanted to bring up the D&D is because I've never actually been a DM before. So being able to run a homebrew campaign based on 5e rules would be something that I would be interested in doing.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I've never played. I've only played D&D once, and I don't even know what version it was back then. So I'm all up for trying a 5th edition.
Well, and I'm up for trying to play the DM role and just see, if I'm at least decent at it. But
I've got just about 40 years of being a player experience. So yeah.
so you'd be able to call me out on the rules. And I'm like, well, Dan says it's one way. I'm looking at the rule. I'm going to rule it my way.
Okay.
So, because I mean, look, as long as you're not doing anything like too far out there, it's like, no, you can't jump. Clearly, I can jump. I've made the DC for it, so I can jump. Like if I'm being a dick that way, yeah, I can get nobody willing to play. But if I'm like, well, not only did you manage to jump, but your roll was so high that you managed to do a somersault as well, just because you could. So congratulations. You have now somersaulted up the wall of the castle. And now throw the bloody rope down to let everybody else climb up there like Batman and Robin do from the 60s, where they just go, and just slowly like creep up like that, just step by step. Slowly we go. And then we do some gags in there too, just for the fun. It's like, hey, what are you doing scaling up the castle wall? Never mind, young castle servant. You saw nothing. It's like, okay.
I saw nothing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I need you to roll a
persuasion.
Yes, persuasion check. Or I forget what would it be in 5th edition? So I don't think it's persuasion. Is it still persuasion? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I forget because my friends like to play Pathfinder sometimes. They also like to throw in Lore Finder skill sets as well. So sometimes I get confused and forget which ones do what. But yeah, just something fun to do, just something for everybody to also watch and just enjoy. And I think doing it on Roll20 and also just trying to create some maps for it too, and just get the tokens and everything. I think it'd be a blast to do.
Yeah.
So, and
I used Roll20 a couple times, so I'm not that familiar with Roll20.
It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Honestly, what we probably do is we probably have
There you are.
As soon as we have the not enough people, but as soon as we get whoever's interested in playing together, we set up a session where we just go through our character development, just build out the roles, and then the next session we'll actually play from there. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
What is that? I can't see the lights on. It's the wrong way.
It says Vampire the Masquerade.
Ooh. Okay.
2nd edition.
Okay.
This is my baby right here. I was able to get it off of eBay. So
Okay.
I found this. This is the I used to be the DM for this, or called in at the storyteller, and I managed to, and like an idiot with all my other RPG books, I got rid of them because I was a fucking idiot, and I regret it. I stopped in a game store, and I could not believe I found this, because the old West End Games Star Wars.
Oh shit! The D6. Holy shit!
That's the D6.
Nice.
Holy shit!
The old D6.
I haven't seen that in ages.
It was like a 30th anniversary, man. It came with that, and it came with the source book.
Okay.
Nice.
So starting next year, I'm going to put some of my other collection things on the side, and I'm going to start getting the clan books and all the 2nd edition stuff I can for Vampire, and I'm going to see if I can't find some of the. I'm going to see if I can't find some West End books for that, because for people who don't know, a lot of stuff that kind of came out of the EU. A lot of it was stuff they referenced from those books. There was, because they did a lot of things. They had ships, they had designs, they had weapons, they had the different aliens. I mean, I have them for download, but damn, I have them as a digital copy. But man, I don't even want to think of what Costco's is going to charge me to print those out.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and also there's just something to be said about just having the physical copy in your hands. And just being able to just quickly reference all the notes that you've taken down and put in there and jotted down versus searching it up quickly online. So
I always loved one of the things I liked about Vampire, and one of the things I really loved about Star Wars was the character sheets and how the experience points go. Instead of having to get to a certain point to do a certain level, you get the experience points. You start, you can put them where you want them.
Oh, I see. So
that's where Vampire works. Yeah.
There was a similar mechanic that we employ whenever we do level ups, where we do it in like 5 steps. So the DM can say you gain 2 steps to the next level, and instead of waiting for the full level to gain all the benefits from like level 4, you can be level 3 in 2 steps and say, oh, I want the BAB from level 4, and I also want the HP from level 4 stats. That way I'm still level 3, but I have the perks of level 4 for some things.
Okay.
So
one of the funniest events that ever happened in a game we played of Vampire was we had a guy playing Malkavian, which are the crazy ones, and one of the characters
not as crazy as us.
No, but one of the guys was a Brujah, and the Brujah are just ornery little shits. Yeah, and he just he was just arguing with the character with the Malkav. This was all in character.
Yeah.
And he just pulls out a shotgun. He's like, "I'm gonna freaking blow your ass all to hell!" And then the Malkavian did this, and he did this literally like this, thump. Okay. Everybody was just like,
okay, I gotta tell you the story.
I pulled the freaking gun. I pulled the gun away from his finger.
Okay, I gotta tell you the story. So it's Palladium. We were playing Heroes Unlimited. We were in Maine, and LL Bean was being held hostage, and the hostage takers wanted $10 million. Otherwise, they were going to blow up LL Bean with everyone in it. So me and my brother were playing, and so the other guy was GMing it, and the guy said $10 million, and my brother, I got to throw out the camera. Sorry, my brother was just matter of factly $10 million. I'll be right back, just like that. As we were leaving, I said, "Where the fuck are you going to get $10 million? I'll go to Rob Bank." So we get to the first national of Maine, and we get in there, right? I have a shotgun. My brother has a couple of handguns. I had to use the line, so you just walk right in with a shotgun. I have come here to kick ass and shoot bubblegum. What kind of bubblegum? I had to.
You had to, man.
Yeah. And my brother pulls his handguns out and says, "You want $15 million?" I look at him and say, "15? Yeah, 5 for us." And then they're like, we're going to call a cop. Call the fucking cops. And a goddamn cop inside 15 miles. I don't want to be a bitch. Give me the goddamn money.
Oh, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
Heroes Unlimited was my first introduction into role-playing games.
D&D was mine. Rifts was my first Palladium.
Rifts? Yeah, Rifts was another good one, too. Yeah. I never did get to be a glitter boy. I always wanted to be a glitter boy.
I never did a glitter boy. I did juicers. We want to talk about crazy. Hyped up on drugs, have a lifespan of 5 years. Yeah.
Live fast, die young.
Yep.
And then you had the moms, the MOMs.
Oh, yeah.
Going crazy from their implants.
Yep. Yeah. I did play a dragon hatchling though.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. Nice.
Well, guys, as much as I enjoy the conversation, it's 10 past.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No worries. I always budget myself for like an extra 30 minutes after the actual end time just to be safe. But
okay.
But yeah, these next 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure they're just going to be a wash at work. So we'll be having a bit of a laxed live stream for the end of the year, and so yeah, you guys are always welcome to come up.
So I'm all for talking about RPG games. I mean, I'm an old school pen and paper. It sounds like we're all kind of old school pen and paper lovers of the games like that.
Yeah, I got 40 years, says I am.
Yeah. I've only
All
got
right,
about,
guys.
I've only got a couple
Not
years.
quite. 39.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
Oh, you kidding me? I would love to get back into RPGs again. And that's the great thing about the online stuff is we can actually do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I definitely think we should try. I mean, I am all for it.
All right. Let me see. Let me put something together today and let me see if we can't get some interest going and see. Because, I mean, even if it's just 3 of us, that's plenty.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You
nothing.
can
Well,
make,
can't get like 1 or 2 more players probably would be best, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably get 1 or 2 more people to pop in.
No, 3, 4 players at a GM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, then we'd have fun. We
Yeah.
could have a blast. I mean, one of the most fun things, I don't know about you guys, but one of the most relaxing things I used to do, and I still do this from time to time, is I'll just create a character with a backstory. I'm not even going to play the character. I'm just like, it's relaxing. It's fun. It gets your creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
Gets you out of your own head so you're not stuck thinking the same way. You're like, oh, I never thought about making a character with that kind of personality trait before.
Right.
Thank you. So, all right. Well, I'll put something together and see if we can't drum up some more interest. So,
all right,
but,
guys, I got to head up to Walmart. I got to go get the truck warmed up.
All
Okay.
right.
guys.
See you, and see you tomorrow.
Talk to you later.
Later.
All right.
Later, Captain. Later.
Later, BK. All right, everybody. We will catch you all tomorrow morning for another 7 a.m. stream. I hope you all have a great day ahead of you. Remember, we're in the finish line. We're in the finish zone to catch up and finish up 2022. So that's probably what I'll do for a theme for my StreamYards for the next couple of days here. It's just a end of the year theme for that. So, but anyways, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me here, and NB and BK. Thank you both so much for being up here. We will catch you all tomorrow morning. But until then, have a great day. This is Captain MKG signing off. Take care. And let me see here. 3, 2.